So is this a short-term relationship then? Because I'm assuming this is just a hookup. Given the fact that you said you're not built for long-term relationships, I'm to assume that this is something short-term, right? Right? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel where we talk about all things movies, TV shows, and Hollywood. So today I just want to talk about Love is Blind After the Altar. So that's Love is Blind season 2 episode 12, and I'm really excited because I've been wondering when season 3 of Love is Blind UK was gonna drop. So I guess this will hold me down until then. First of all, I had to go and look up the cast list because I, I high key forgot about most of these people, at least their names. The storylines I remember, but the names they were very much lost on me. But this one starts off 2 weeks after the season 2 reunion. My two favorites from the two seasons, Megan and Kieran, are still together, and then Jasmine and Bobby from season 1 are together, and that's amazing for me because literally those are the only success stories I still care about. Everybody else done broken up, and it was too messy. Like, these divorces have been too much mess. But with Megan and Kieran, they've been off doing couple things. They've been running together in the mornings. They have a lot of things they like to do. They have a lot of things in common. They were just always cute. I like them in their season, and I'm really hoping they go for the long haul. Jasmine and Bobby are having a baby, and they're just really happy together. So I'm happy about that. Jasmine's mother, who was the biggest skeptic, do you understand? She was Bobby's biggest hater in that season. She's now like, Jasmine made an amazing choice. She loves Bobby, okay? Now, on to the rest of the people, I guess, because we have to talk about them. I high key only came here for these two couples, but let's talk about it. So the Pod Squad are meeting up for Kieran's birthday, right? So out of the boys, Demela, Javin, Kyle, and Jed meet up. And also on the girls' side, Katisha and Barda and Ashley and Sophie meet up. So they're doing little group hangouts. On the girls' side, Barda is basically saying Sarova is going through it. Do you understand? Because Kyle has been out there posting his new partner. That's what's going on. So yeah, their divorce situation is highly messy. And Kyle, I remember I never liked you. I really never liked you, high key. And now he's posting his partner, and I'm like, what? Mr. can't do a long-term relationship. Mr. can't do a long-term relationship is out here posting his partner. And Barda says the same thing, because we're like, I thought you said, okay, okay, so you're willing to marry a woman and then switch up a few months later talking about you're not ready for a long-term relationship after you married the woman. And now while you're out here posting her new relationship while she has to process this damn divorce. God. So anyways, Barda is really highly irritated. She's tired of this man. Okay. So Rova actually suspected, she's not at the meetup, but we're hearing that Sarova actually suspected the two of dating way back, like even during the reunion. So what it's giving is a little bit of overlap, according to her. That's messy. I wouldn't be surprised though. So Sarova and Jasmine meet up at Jasmine's baby shower. So apparently they met, even though they're from different seasons, they met up and they're quite close friends. It seems Jasmine is really trying to, basically encourage and speak life into Sarova and give her hope because like you'll find your person and everything. And then she's basically talking about she and Kyle had blocked each other actually, but then he unblocked her to ask for a divorce via text. That's just classless in my opinion. Like, it's high key giving coward, because how are you gonna ask somebody to separate from you legally over text? Is it so bad that you couldn't drop by in person to ask for those damn divorce papers? That's crazy. That's crazy. Like, you can't even give her that little courtesy right there after everything you put her through. You're gonna open up your was it Instagram? Hi key, whatever it was, the text was talking about, hey, can I have a divorce because I'm dating this new girl? What's wrong with you? So then Kyle and Billy, meet up, right? The kings of non-commitment, those guys over there, yeah, they meet up at the gym and they talk about the divorce, and Kyle is talking about, I reached out for a divorce. You're neglecting to mention the fact that you did that via text. But yeah, he's talking about he reached out for the divorce because he's dating somebody else and he wants to respect that person, whatever he's talking about. Okay, so is this a short-term relationship then? Because I'm assuming this is just a hookup. Given the fact that you said you're not built for long-term relationships, I'm to assume that this is something short-term, right? Right? Because I know you're not trying to say that 2 weeks after the reunion, over there where you said you're not built for a long-term relationship, you're not coming to talk about you're in a new relationship. I know that's not what you're trying to say. Okay. So back to the ladies. Ashley is also talking about how she initiated her divorce as soon as possible. That's what she said. She said she wasted no time. Do you understand? Immediately. Immediately. And she was not even trying to play with it because Billy, honestly, he was not even trying to, like, I'm like, how are you going to get married and you're not willing to compromise on anything? I don't know. A lot of us felt like Kyle and Billy organized the divorce at the same time because they happened back to back.
A scheme that Todd set up for him to come to you with the bush.
So it's giving you it's giving you guys are there to co-sign each other's BS. That's what's going on, right? Okay. So I don't blame her. She's like instantly, immediately, and without wasting time. Okay. I'm asking for that divorce. You see what I'm saying? So she's processing that, and Barda is extremely angry at Billy and Kyle for dragging it out. And I'm like, Barda, I'm with you on that. Because what would cause you to go down that aisle and say yes? If you knew you weren't ready, then Barda herself, she didn't get married to Jed because she said she's not ready. You're not forced to get married. They take you to the altar and you can choose not to get married and keep dating or whatever you want. Okay? You didn't have to say yes. You didn't have to legally bind yourself to that person, bruh. Do you understand this is a marriage? So Barda is pissed off at these men, and I'm like, yes, Barda. One thing about Barda, she's gonna be a real friend. Now her stuff with Jed was messy as heck, but she's gonna be a real friend out here, okay? So Barda, in regards to Jed, is saying that she basically talked to him, and he was making a joke out of the situation. So basically, like, he not being serious, he not taking nothing serious, and she's like, I can't have a conversation with that man. That is dead and gone. That whole thing, Jed and Barda, I'll be shocked if they even end up friends by the end of this, high key. Then cut to Jed straight away. Jed is talking about how he got screenshots of Barda apparently talking ish about him. And they were supposed to be cool. So he was like, I was under the impression that we were all good, we were cool, and then I'm seeing screenshots of you dragging my name through the mud, and that's not nice. So we'll see more about that situation. I'm waiting to make my statement until I hear Barda's side. But yeah, what made him think they were cool? Don't know. Anyway, so Kieran is just with his boys, his friends outside of this whole thing, and he's telling them how busy life has been. I hope those are his friends outside this whole thing. Those might have been original guys from like early on in the season. I wouldn't know. I barely remember the people who finished the season, high key. So I'm thinking those are his real life friends, right? And he's basically telling them how busy life has been between his day job, I believe it was video game stuff, and content creation. So now that he's been on reality TV, he's now trying to, capitalize on the little content creation career that he could be having as well. So he's doing that, and he's really busy, but he's trying to keep Megan as his priority. That's his number one. But they're struggling to find time to just be with each other, right? And one of his boys actually tells him that one thing he does with his wife is every Monday morning they have breakfast together. So that's literally their time. Every single Monday is blocked out for them to just talk, catch up, and that's his dedicated time with his wife. And I think, yeah, that's amazing to have. Sometimes life just gets busy, especially as adults, and you gotta fix time. You literally have to schedule it. So yeah, you have to be Scheduling it sounds low-key boring, but at the end of the day you have to be intentional, especially if you're just like coming out of this experience and trying to navigate life together, and being married for the first time. So it's like, is what it is. So then I thought that was really good advice. So then Katisha and Demala, apparently, okay, this is what we're finding out from Katisha. They tried to spin the block on that. They tried to spin the block, and she was talking about how she started talking to him. They would have conversations after the show, and sometimes their conversations would be like 2 hours long. They would have a phone call that was like 6 hours in the night. You know what I'm saying? So they were building this connection, and then basically he just disappeared into thin air, stopped talking to her. And then she's like, it's giving he was just after winning more so than he was after being with me, because Demala, maybe like he just couldn't handle the L, and he said, let me get back with you. You know what I'm saying? And then Javin, when talking to Demala and some other guys, he's like, basically him and Katisha were okay for a second there, with their whole thing, and he invited her to his birthday, and they were cool. And then now the situation is his ass is blocked. His ass is blocked now, though. So safe to say they're not on good terms. It's kind of awkward. Okay. But Demala says that his thing, yeah, he's talking about, yeah, I tried to, we tried to connect afterwards, and it fizzled out. That's what he's saying. Okay. So he's saying it fizzled out, and it just, I don't know, it gave a little bit of fake nice guy when I'm hearing both of their sides. Because one thing I like about this episode is you can see both of the sides, because people are just, when you hear a story from one side, it's like, but here the editing team is like, cut, 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 cut. So you're seeing two people talking about the conversation they had at the same time. So on Demola's side, he's basically like, it fizzled out. And I'm like, no, I feel like you wanted to humble her just a little bit. Because he even is like, yeah, she didn't choose me. Da, da, da. So I'm just like, maybe it's giving you want that, because I like she did tell him in the pods that, oh yeah, you have nothing to worry about, and then ended up switching up on his ass. So I think that he might still be holding on to that just a little bit, and we'll see as the episodes go on. But right now I'm getting the sense that, did you just want to get your get back? Because what you talk about fizzled out? Did, like, you're just with her, you're there every day, you're building this connection, and then disappear into thin air, do Houdini. You're out there doing Houdini. Okay. So, anyways, Freddie is still single. Freddie and Catherine ended up just staying friends after all of that, and he's still single. Jasmine's mother has apparently been trying to hook him up with Sarova. Is that gonna be a thing? Let's wait and see. But okay, they were on two different seasons, but let's even see how that works out. But yeah, he's single. And then Demi, also from season 1, has a man as well. She's talking about, gushing about how much she liked this guy, and she wasn't even trying to go out on the first date that they went out on. She wasn't trying to be there for real. But then she realized on the date that she really liked this guy, and she kept, taking longer to get ready for the dates, and that's when she was like, ooh, I actually like this guy. That's what she's saying. So happy for her that she got her man. Steven and Sabrina from season 1 are still in the process of getting that damn divorce, and she feels like he took her for granted. And I remember that one was explosive, the way that ended as well. Yeah, my girls been done dirty out here. But anyways, Sarova, Megan, and Barda meet up at a nice restaurant, and I'm just like, so is Love Is Blind paying for this, or are you guys just actually real friends in real life? Because I'm just like, they're just meeting up back to back to back to back. I'm just like, are you guys really friends like that? Apparently so. So we'll see. Then Jasmine's mom and Jasmine have this conversation at a cafe, it looks like. And Jasmine's mom is basically like, I'm really happy that you're pregnant, but I'm kind of just a bit worried. So she's all for, like, she's ready to be in that delivery room, but she's a little bit scared for her daughter naturally, like the risks that come with giving birth. So Jasmine is like, let's just, manifest the best. And Jasmine mom like, yeah, I'm hoping and praying that everything goes well. Then Jasmine says, oh yeah, we're thinking of moving to the Midlands to be closer to Bobby's mom and family over there, and we'll have more space. So they're looking to move to have more space for the kid and everything. But Jasmine's mom is like, oh yeah, I'll move up there too. When are we going? She basically like, well, yeah, tell me, when are we moving though? Is what's going on. When are we moving? And Jasmine is like, hold up now. Okay. No. Bobby and I and the baby are going. Okay. And basically she's referring to a conversation that her and her mom had, where her mom was like, wanting to do a mortgage with Jasmine and Bobby, basically live in the same house as them. And Jasmine was like, because this is an important thing she does, is she acknowledges Filipino culture, that, it's not uncommon for the mother to live with the family, right? The type of intergenerational living, right? But Jasmine says she wants privacy. So they really want their privacy over there. And it's like, mama, I love you, but I need to love you from a distance though. So she's like, we can live like maybe 15 minutes away from each other, but like living in the same house, that's not gonna run. You see what I'm saying? That's not happening around here, is what's going on. So Jasmine's mom is coming from a place of the culture, but also she's like, I raised you alone. And Jasmine is tearing up as well because she knows her mom did a lot to raise her. And her mom is really just like, I want to support you in the ways that I wasn't supported, is what's going on. And like, she's coming from a good place, but Jasmine's like, yeah, nah, that's not going to run around here. Basically, what's going on. And Jasmine continues to tear up because she is just grateful for the family that she has, because her mom says Bobby is so easy to love. Like, it took me a while to come around to it, but he's so easy to love. So Jasmine is just taking this time to acknowledge the fact that she's pregnant. She's happy. There's a baby coming. She has an amazing husband after all the troubles and trauma she went through in dating. And she finally found a man who accepts her for the good and the bad. So she's just taking it all in and she's so grateful for the family that she has now and the love she's surrounded by. And I'm just like, that's so sweet though. This is what we want. Actual love stories. Do you see what I'm saying? Not whatever BS has been going on. Okay. At least, it's good to have at least, one couple. At least one couple out of every season that goes the distance. So then Billy, Steven, Kyle, and Freddie are meeting up. 3 out of 4 of these men, as in everyone except Freddie, is co-signing each other's BS yet again. So here comes Billy. We get blamed. He's basically talking about, yeah. Do you know the way we're getting flamed? Because Steven was like, I've been getting dragged online for the breakup I had. And then Billy's like, oh yeah, we're getting blamed. But the girls could have said no too. We just initiated a breakup. That's why we're getting all the hate. I'm like, are you serious? Are you serious? Because you guys could have done like Freddie. Because you know what Freddie did? You're the only one making sense out here. And Freddie said this. Yeah, I just said no. I wasn't ready for that. Because who told you to go down to that altar and now be like, I'm ready for marriage? I do. Because you could have just told these girls you were not interested in a long-term relationship, you weren't interested in compromise, you weren't ready for marriage. But instead, you came here. Because by the way, Billy, it's not just a breakup. It's a divorce. Do you understand? You're legally married to each other. So now not only have you broken these girls' hearts, you've given them a lot of healing to have to do from this experience, but now they're also having to process this divorce. They're having to do all this paperwork. Did you hear the girls talking? They're doing all this paperwork. They're the ones initiating the divorce, and it's taking a long time. High key, the divorce process is taking longer than the dating process that you people went through. Do you understand what you're putting these people through? Talk about breakup because it's not. They could have said no too. No, what? They said yes because they thought they were under the impression that you were ready for marriage. That's why they said yes. And then you switched up on them. The two of you, the pair of you guys decided to switch up on them. back to back though. Hmm? This is specifically for Kyle and Billy though. What are you talking about? They could have said no. You had them thinking that, oh yeah, I'm gonna be a good husband, and then you switched up. What are you doing? Talking about we shouldn't be the only ones getting blamed though. We just because we initiated a breakup. Anyways, so Freddie, the only one really making sense to me here, because Freddie just he ended it straight at the altar, and he remained friends with Catherine. Peaceful, no stress, no arguments, no fighting, no divorce. And that's what I needed you guys to do. If you really weren't feeling it, you could have saved everybody some time. Do you understand? Yeah, so to all these men, Billy, Steven, and Carl, accountability is chasing you and you're running faster. So Ashley, we see her meet up with her dad to get coffee, and we are now seeing their relationship. Uh, and she's talking about how she has had to lean on him a lot emotionally this year to get through everything that Billy done put her through. And one good thing that came out of this is they've actually grown a stronger bond from it. And Ashley says she hasn't been dating as well because she's just needed to take the time to heal. Billy has been saying he's been dating around here and there as well. But Ashley said she needed time to heal. She needed time to heal. Do you understand? Billy. It wasn't just a breakup, it was a divorce. And then her dad is basically worried for the upcoming meeting because he's like, the group is meeting up this weekend and I'm worried for where your mental space is gonna be. Isn't it gonna do like mess up all this progress you've been making pretty much? And we shall see in the next episode. But yeah, I'm really hoping things go well for Ashley. It might bring back everything she's been trying to heal from, and she might not be trying to hear Billy's BS, and I wouldn't blame her. I'm not trying to hear it either, and I wasn't married to the guy. Okay, so Freddie is now telling the boys, we're back to the boys, and Freddie's telling them what Sorova said at Jasmine's baby shower, and that's basically that she's really pissed off that Kyle has moved on because he moved on instantly and didn't waste a second. You see what I'm saying? And once again, this is the same man who said he wasn't ready for a long-term relationship. So what are you doing? And of course, she's pissed. And Carl, we're never gonna let you forget the fact that you came on here and said you're not ready for a long-term relationship at the reunion after you had already married this woman, when I feel like you did not need to come on Love is Blind to know that you're not ready for commitment. It really did not take you going through that entire process and going through a marriage process to know that you weren't ready for commitment. You should have known that from the get-go. What are you doing on this show? Ah, ah. So now Kyle says, yeah, I've reached out countless times. I've reached out countless times and she blocked me. I reached out countless times and she blocked me. Okay, and is that his excuse for why he didn't tell her in person? I hear it, but at the same time, I think I already just don't like him, so I'm just not even trying to hear it. But yeah, I hope these guys get to talk it out in person so we can resolve this. Um, he's probably gonna get cussed out, is what's probably gonna happen, but it has to be done because y'all can't just divorce via text. That's crazy. But also at the same time, they had blocked each other. So I'm like, I don't know. I feel like this whole situation could have been avoided if Kyle had just been honest with himself and known that he wasn't ready for commitment. Instead of coming on reality TV to embarrass everybody by getting married and then getting divorced instantly. You done wasted everybody's time. You wasted her time, her family's time. Do you understand? Like, you met the family. You met the family and told them that you were ready for this marriage, asking for a divorce 2 seconds later with your partner in crime, Billy, over there. Anyways, that's how the first episode of Love is Blind UK After the Altar went. And then, oh, I forgot to talk about Sophie. I didn't say a lot about Sophie other than she was there. She also was like, I'm happy not to be married to anyone in this process. Anyone from our season. I'm really happy not to be married to them. And Sophie irritated me in her season, but I hear it. I wouldn't want to be married to this whole bunch of meth either. And then with Demala, I can already see Demola's stock going down after this, because I feel like he had relatively high stock when he left because Katisha did him so wrong. But you're just low key showing your ass, and I feel like you're gonna continue to do that. So we'll see. But that was the first episode, and I'll be following this along. Be back with a review for episode 13 and episode 14. Apparently, they're already out. They're rolling these out like trying to keep up. Okay, it's a lot to process, but once I remembered everybody's names, the storylines came back as well. So we're all good. We're all good. But anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe and share the video. Bye.